Hi everyone, this is Joey from Two Blokes from Blighty. Before we get into the episode, we're going to hear from our friend Luke at the Nerdstalgic podcast.
Hi, Luke.
Thanks.
Howdy folks, and welcome to the Nerdstalgic podcast trailer. Now, if you listen to this, there's a high chance that you've never listened to me before, so allow me to introduce myself. I am Luke, your host, and join me on a trip of all things nerdy and nostalgic, where I'll be diving deep into the movies, video games, TVs, books and comics, and all the things that you love. If it's nerdy, and there's some hint of nostalgia to it, no matter how small, I will be there to talk about it, so join me as I take a trip down the Nerdstalgic highway, and I really hope that you enjoy the show and that you tune in every week. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
National Fight Procrastination Day.
Like delaying a fight? Alright, everyone celebrate by hugging Idris Elba.
What are the other perks? Money.
Money and paying my rent and bills.
Fuck you, buddy.
Right, so I open the drawer and this is what I have as my options.
So whose office have I been breaking into? So there was loads of fun things to do, like crawl through a plastic tunnel to, the corner that you could have walked around, or not sure if that's a merit on my parenting. You're a wizard.
A wizard?
Oh, you're just salty that it's not on your console. And it's not perfection because it's not Elden Ring.
I followed procedure in that. I answered their riddles.
You can't mosh too much, otherwise you'll fall through the floor.
It's a bittersweet symphony. That's life. It's Two Blokes from Blighty. I'm one of your hosts, Tim, at Wembembo on everything, including Blue Sky now, if you're one of the cool kids on there. I'm joined by my usual co-host, my brother, Joey Fitz.
Hello, Tim.
Hello. How are you
I never
doing?
know when you introduce me how to add my little adjective in for you. I was going to call you the ever punctual Tim Fitzgerald, but
Well, we all know that's not true.
I don't know how to throw it in there when you lead. I did enjoy Bittersweet Symphony being there.
Yeah. I was listening to the whose cover was it? Deco, the band cover the other day.
Don't know, but I mean, what better song to epitomise this podcast than Bittersweet Symphony?
Very true, very true. Joey Fitz, how's your week been?
It's been good. Good. I feel like I haven't had a moment to stop and think this week, but we obviously didn't do last week because I wasn't well.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording late this week because it was your birthday on Wednesday.
Correct.
Which I'm sure we'll get on to. So it feels like a really long time since we've done Two Blokes from Blighty. And the last one that we did, we actually included the live episode segment. And I wanted to ask you what you thought about that.
It was fun. It would just be better if we had a better mic for it, because we were very much reliant on a phone mic that I probably had a little too much faith in.
Yeah, I think we really did. You said beforehand that it would, you believed it would be fine, and personally, don't think it was.
No, it came out a bit more washy than we would have wanted.
Well, I added a poll. I don't know if you saw. I added a poll to the episode on Spotify. Did you see that?
I did not.
Well, nor did anyone else, because two people answered it. And the question was, how often should we do a live episode? 50% of the people said never again, and then 50% of the people said never ever again. So we'll stick to our little nice studio.
Yeah.
Tim, let's talk about what we usually start with. What's our pub quiz question today?
Pub quiz question of the day. Joey, I know you're going to get this question right. It's a video game related theme about what you've described as one of your favorite games of all time.
Ooh.
So I'm going to ask you to not answer right now and leave it to the audience and the end.
The answer is Little Big Planet.
It's not Little Big Planet. I'm so sorry. In the video game, The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time, What item does Link obtain after defeating the Forest Temple boss, Phantom Ganon?
He gets the leaf of power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He turns
If,
it over and starts again.
Yeah, that's it. If any of you have listened to our episode on the Ocarina of Time, I did once describe it as one of my favorite games of all time, and then
Then we played it again.
then we played it again, and I remember that was 12-year-old me talking,
Yeah.
and it's actually quite painful.
There's a lot of rose-tinted glasses when looking at that.
Yeah.
Looking at the game. There's a really good line in BoJack Horseman that's when you're wearing rose-tinted glasses, all the little red flags just look like flags.
Yeah, it's very true. Like,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the 12 frames per second constantly dripping into my eyes.
So,
Tim, do you want some calendar days?
yeah, let's do a calendar day. Go on.
Okay, so this episode releases on the 13th of September.
Wow,
We've got a few good ones here.
that's Pokemon DLC day, everyone. I'll be playing it. What else is going on that day, Joey?
So on the 13th of September, there are a few options for you. So National Peanut Day.
Not a big fan of peanuts, although I'm trying to train myself to like them.
These nuts.
These nuts.
National Defy Superstition Day.
I'm listening. Okay.
So you have to defy superstition.
All right.
Walk under a ladder.
Spit off a bridge.
Spit off a bridge. Lick a black cat. You know. What do you want to do? Defy that superstition.
There you go.
There's National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day.
I've seen
Not
Hell's
fun?
Kitchen for kids.
I really like that Gordon Ramsay's really supportive of them.
Yeah, he's like, it's okay. It's okay that you've burnt it. Try it again. And then, like, he'll go and scream at an adult outside.
There's 3 more days. So National Quiet Day. There's 4 days. I lied. There's 4 days. So National Quiet Day is one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, National Uncle Sam Day.
Yep.
How'd you feel about that one?
I could maybe get behind that one. So far, my biggest one is Defy Superstition.
I think we'd be doing this podcast a disservice by choosing Uncle Sam. So the next has 2 names. One that's given on this website and one that I've decided to name it.
Okay, so it doesn't really have 2 names. Then.
It does, yeah, it does. National Hug Your Boss Day or National Sexual Lawsuit Day.
Sexual Conduct Awareness Day.
And then finally International Chocolate Day.
Oh, it's too hot for chocolate. It would melt. I can tell you that now. I'm going to go with Defy Superstition.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that we're going to go out and celebrate by hugging your boss.
I'm not going to do that.
No?
My boss is very lovely, but well, I mean, I work remotely, so he's a few hundred miles away.
Just do a webcam hug.
It would be a bit weird of me
But
to
you-
drive.
Touch webcams together.
Don't like it. So when you're listening to this, happy National Defy Superstition Day. Tim, we missed a day.
We did.
So we're going to do another one.
This is a big old bumper episode because of the length of time. I've got a bunch of topics.
I hope it isn't, because I've only got a few days to edit this. Tim, National Colorblind... Sorry, for the 6th of September, when you got your best of, and National Colorblind Awareness Day.
Cool.
National Fight Procrastination Day.
Like delaying a fight?
No. So, don't procrastinate.
Oh, right.
Or National Read a Book Day.
Read a book. I'm going to go with read a book.
Or Idris Elba's birthday.
No, Idris Elba's birthday. Gotta be right.
Yeah, but it is.
Man's a maverick.
The man is a maverick.
We love him.
Yeah, okay, so we've got National Defy Superstition Day and Idris Elba's birthday.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can get behind that.
Good.
All right. Everyone celebrate by hugging Idris Elba.
Yeah, okay. So celebrate last Wednesday by hugging Idris Elba.
Yeah. There's a couple of things. I've got a decent amount of stuff that I want to talk about here. The first
we can
thing
split this between this episode and next as well. Don't forget. Because
Okay,
we're recording in 2 days' time.
we are. I'm just trying to think what would be most pertinent to then. There's one thing I wanted to talk about, which was just more of a bizarre thing that happened to me.
Okay.
As a lot of people who listen to podcasts that I'm on and know me in real life know, I work every other weekend. It's just the perks of doing my job. So I have
What are the other perks? Money.
money and paying my rent and bills. So I was having a laptop update on Friday last week,
Mhm.
and it was a BIOS update, so I was told to not unplug anything, don't power off the thing, and just leave it go. And it was taking a very long time to do. So I
Mhm.
messaged one of the guys in IT to be like, "Hey, I'm just conscious that I'm working this weekend. Is there, my laptop is not able to do any sort of calls or anything. Do we just leave it overnight?" And he's like, "Yeah, just leave it overnight. It's fine." Like, all right, fine, whatever. So I get up on Saturday morning to find my laptop is still performing the BIOS update.
Okay, cool.
And
cool.
I try to connect to the internet and nothing is happening. So I
Nice.
phone.
Free day off.
Well, we'll get there. So we phone. We phoned. I say we. I phoned the manager support line.
We did.
'cause
We did this as a collective.
as a collective. This is a journey that we and the audience are going on.
The
So-
royal way.
Exactly. So we phoned the manager support line and said, "Hey, my laptop is still performing a BIOS update. I can't connect to the internet. What's the plan?" They come back to me 30 minutes later saying, "Okay, come into the office. There are spare laptops." Okay, fine. So I had to go.
Fuck you, buddy.
Right. So I sent. So I got on the train. There were train strikes that day, so I had to wait an hour for a train.
Nice.
So I got in, and I'm told there is a lockbox by the office door. I've told the combination and to go and take the key from there to a particular locker in our office where the spare laptops are. Fairly
Do you
straightforward
work in an
exercise.
escape room?
We will get there.
Okay, fair enough.
So I I go to the lockbox. I open it up with the combination. There is no key inside. So I'm like, okay, maybe someone else has used the locker today. So I went over to the locker and I went to look at it, and there's no key in the locker. So I went back to the manager who was in and was like, "There's no key anywhere. I don't know where it is." So we put a text in the manager chat because you have a manager chat on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a message in there saying, "Hey, there's no key in there's no key in the lockbox. There's no key in the locker. I can't get access to the spare laptops." Someone sends me a message saying, "In the receptionist drawer, there is a couple of spare keys, like a couple of master keys." I'm like, "Okay, that should be fairly straightforward to find." I'm going to be sending you images on WhatsApp to accompany this.
Okay.
So this was so I open the drawer, and this is what I have as my options.
So what Tim has sent me is a drawer with about 300 keys in.
Yep. So I took every single key with a black-headed thing on it, figuring that was a master key, and
Mhm.
tried every single one of those keys, and it didn't work. So
Wow.
I send a text to the manager chat saying those keys aren't working. I get a text from a different manager saying, "If you go in the receptionist desk, there is a book with a key hidden in it." And I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "It's a steel book, I think." But I can't see a steel book. However, I have found a copy of Les Miserables. So I open that up and I see this.
Oh my god, that's a full-on safe in the book.
It is a full-on safe in the book with what's on there, Joey? Another fucking combination. So I spend about 10 minutes rooting around looking for a combination. And I get to looking at the book and I'm thinking, that lock doesn't look very secure. And I just turned the thing and it just popped open. So it's just ready to go. And sure enough, there is a key in there. So I go over to the locker and this is what I find. The locker is completely empty. So I go back to the manager on duty and be like, "Right, here is everything that I have done in the last hour and a half." And,
Jesus right.
They're like, oh, okay, let me phone the forecast and planning guys and see if they know anything. So forecast and planning are now involved, and they're phoning around IT to try and get someone in the office. And eventually, I just get a text from them being like, "Go home. There's nothing you can do. Just if your laptop's not working on Sunday morning, it's fine. Don't worry about it." And so I just I had a weekend off. So I went to a car boot sale and got nothing.
Wow, that was a real journey, Tim. You've
I
set
know.
the bar very high for coming in saying you got loads of stories. So you did just get a free weekend.
I got a weekend off. They've told me I don't have to work it back because I followed the correct procedure in that my laptop wasn't working. I came to get a spare. There was no spare.
You followed the correct procedure, as in your procedure is a Harry Potter wizard's class.
I followed procedure in that I answered their riddles.
It probably is riddles.
It's mental. I've never seen anything like, and it was the talk of the office when I got in on Monday.
Anyone who knows where you work, though, will now know all of your security procedure for opening this singular empty.
Yeah, for a singular empty locker. They don't know which locker it is, and I don't think it'd be an underestimate to say we have a couple hundred in the office.
Oh.
Plus, you would need to get into the office itself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Break the window in the men's toilets from the outside. There's no security cameras covering the outside.
It's several floors up, but okay. Also, I don't think there's any windows in the men's toilets. So.
Yeah.
So
whose office have I been breaking into?
Our other brother. So there's a couple of other things I wanted to bring up. I just kind of wanted to open with a bit of a bang there because obviously it's been a little while since we had that.
That's a very good one.
Very good story. When we were away camping in Wales,
yeah,
did you stop in Swansea Retail Park?
No. Why would I have stopped in Swansea Retail Park? It wasn't on the way home or there.
All right, I didn't know if it was on the way or not for you.
I have been to Swansea Retail Park recently.
It's nonsense.
Believe it or not. We went to, there's like, I don't know the name of it, but there's like a mini zoo / botanical gardens.
This is what it is. This is why I wanted to bring it up, because when we were driving to Wales, our other brother and his wife and I were driving to Wales, and we stopped in Swansea Retail Park to get a Denny's, and it's the only Denny's in the UK. Right?
It's not a good thing. Denny's is bad wherever you go.
I like Denny's. I think their coffee's really good.
It's
Anyway,
just everything else is terrible.
So they have a Denny's, they have a B&M, they have a Ninja Warrior because they're cropping up everywhere at the minute.
There's a JD Sports because I bought a Prime from there.
JD Sports, yep. There is a Farm Foods. There's a fucking zoo.
We went to the zoo. We took Jack to the zoo.
How was it?
Awful.
Well,
there's some meerkats, and I'm trying to genuinely think of what other animals there are because I don't think there are any.
What? So, if you don't mind me asking, how much was a ticket to the zoo in the retail park?
Maybe £11 each.
Was it each?
Yeah.
God damn. All right. Was it worth it?
Absolutely not.
Well, if anyone wants to go and see the retail park where you'll never be bored.
Well, it was about £11, I think, and you go in. Oh, there was like spiders. Oh no, I lie. There was crocodiles in there. Spiders, crocodiles, meerkats, and fish were the animals I remember. But it was mainly about the plants, and there was loads of fun things to do, like crawl through a plastic tunnel to, the corner that you could have walked around, or go in the treehouse above the room that you're already in and see beyond the plants that you weren't meant to see because there's nothing but rubbish there.
Yeah.
That was the kind of level we were at. But I mean, Jack had a nice time.
It's also in a giant glass pyramid, it's worth noting.
Yeah, it was. The crocodiles were very small little boys. It really wasn't worth it. But Jack got a little medal at the end, and he got to stand on a trophy on a pedestal.
Yeah.
It said first place. That was quite cute.
That's very cute.
Wasn't worth £11 each, but
no.
But yeah, it was okay.
All right, that's good. I was telling Payne about the Jack waking up on his birthday and saying chippies.
Yeah,
I think that's very funny.
Not something I really want him to do is to wake up and say that he wants chips.
Well, he woke up the other night and just said pirates.
Yeah, he did. But the difference is when he woke up on his birthday and said chippies, he was awake and he was saying that he wanted chippies. Where when he woke up, it must have been about 2 a.m, and he sat bolt upright. And Jenny went, "Are you okay?" And he just went, "Pirates," and then lay back down and went to sleep.
That's really sweet.
It was really sweet. He's a very sweet little boy.
He is. He is.
I'm not. He started on when we were camping. We got him a toy lobster. Because he really likes a crab in one of his songs. So Jenny got him it and called him a crab, and I told him that he can clap the claws together and say snip snip, and now he chases you around the garden whacking you with it, shouting snip. So not sure if that's a merit on my parenting.
Home security at its finest.
Yeah. How do you protect your home? We have the nip.
The nip.
Tim, let's carry on. What else have you got in your bag of tricks for us?
I've written the words PlayStation Portal. Have you seen this?
Why? No. So,
PlayStation have come out with a handheld device that is a partner product to the PlayStation 5. And
okay.
I'm going to send you a photo of it, and we're going to run off some facts, and I want you to tell me who this product is actually for. Let me get a photo. Okay, here we are. And where are you? Where's Discord? There it is. There it is. This thing.
Ooh, that's
a choice product.
Looks like something off of AliExpress.
What it looks like is they've sawed a PlayStation 5 controller in half and glued it to a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
So, I'm going to rattle off some facts about this thing for me. Because have you seen much about this?
Nope, nothing.
Okay. So, if you were to look at that product, what do you think it would do?
Well, I would hope it would play games via cloud.
Okay.
So play games that you own on the PlayStation 5 via a cloud service that would project into a handheld device.
Okay. And do you think it would work remotely? Do you think you would need
Wi-Fi? I would imagine you would go anywhere with it. Like you could play it on the train like you do a Steam Deck.
Yeah. Okay.
Or a Switch.
Sure. It can't do that. So what this thing does, now keep in mind this thing is $200 for the handheld.
It's not like it's not bad for like really up to date tech. That's not a bad price.
It's not, but
I mean, I don't know what it can do. I might be saying that's not a bad price, and all it does is it's a very fancy paperweight.
Well, I had the exact same thought as you, whereas like because I have a PlayStation 5 controller, it's a brilliant controller. It's one of my favorite controllers to use.
Okay.
That alone, I think, is worth a good chunk of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can play with your PS5 on this, and you technically can play remotely, but it doesn't have any sort of SIM connectivity to it. You have to be on Wi-Fi. Your PlayStation 5 has to be switched on as well. So it will only stream to that PlayStation Portal. So your connection that you're playing on the portal and your PS5's connection has to be strong enough at the exact same time.
What if, for example, I was at your house and my PS5, which I don't own, nor will I probably ever own because I think they're a huge waste of money. Sorry if you own one, just my opinion. What if my PlayStation 5 that doesn't exist was on at my house with a strong connection and I had that thing at your house 150 miles away?
Then yes, you could do it, but it would only be available in single player, because obviously it's using the handheld. You can't connect this up to a TV or anything.
Okay.
So it's just the handheld controller and the screen. It doesn't have Bluetooth, technically, so you can't connect up your own headphones. However, Sony's own headphones can connect.
Oh, funny that.
I know.
I mean, I think Xbox is the same. You can't connect a Bluetooth headset to a Xbox console.
Is that true? I always thought you could. 'Cause I thought
I
it was a
don't-
standard 3.5 jack on the.
Oh, no. Sorry. The jack you can, but you can't do a Bluetooth connection.
Oh, right, okay.
Whereas you can with the Switch. I was very pleasantly surprised when they just said that you can do any headset to the Switch.
Yeah, it's great. More of that, please. What else? Obviously you need to have PlayStation Now or Plus. What's the online streaming service? Plus, in order to use this thing, else it just won't connect, which is concerning. And the first few times you use it, you have to use it on your home network.
I'm struggling to see the point.
I would have thought it's for people who travel, like the Steam Deck, like the Switch. But then the cloud thing comes into question, where it doesn't actually store games locally. It's simply mirroring your PS5 at home.
I'm really struggling to see the point. So when I was at secondary school, nearly 20 years ago, we used to leave our home PC on with a program that you could mirror by logging onto a website, and you could use our home PC whilst at school, and you could play games, and you could go on MySpace, which was cool at the time because all the school servers had blocked it, and this was a way around it, and that seems more useful than this, and that was 20 years ago.
You can get that exact same functionality and more with the Steam Link app on your phone,
which is free.
Which brings me to my other point. The PlayStation Remote Play app on your phone can also connect to your PS5 and can also be controlled by a PS5 controller connected to your phone.
So this is just a built-in PlayStation Now app?
Yes.
I don't get it.
I don't understand the point. I don't get why it's £200 rather.
I don't get it.
Would you buy one?
Absolutely not.
Would you recommend anyone to buy one?
If you have $200 that you're willing to set fire to, this is probably a better use of it, because at least a percentage of it goes back in the economy.
Yeah.
And that's the reason it's more useful. But I think the PlayStation 5 is a glorified Demon's Souls machine.
Demon's Souls. Well, I mean, there's a couple of other things I'd say I'd maybe like on there. Anything that really I want to play is already on PC, and by extension, my Steam Deck or my Switch.
Yeah, so it's a Demon's Souls machine.
It is a Demon's Souls machine, and I have a PS3 in the cupboard behind me with Demon's Souls.
Yeah, I have a PS4. It's not even plugged in.
Yeah.
I just I know that people get very territorial over the console of their choice. And I think that Xbox really won the battle on the 360 versus the PS3. Xbox lost the battle hard in PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One. Even though I stuck with the Xbox One and really preferred it, I think if you look at it objectively, PlayStation did much better out of this. The latest generation of consoles, PlayStation has fallen so far flat, in my opinion, that it's not even a question.
No. The only thing they have over Xbox, in my opinion, this generation is the controller.
Demon's Souls.
Also Demon's Souls, yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's that was just the PlayStation Portal. They had a big old press racket about it last week, and I didn't know if you'd seen anything on it.
I haven't, and I'm glad I didn't. Tim.
Yeah.
Let's veer off your thing and let's talk about cryptocurrency.
Okie dokie. My sunglasses aren't here.
And crypto stuff. This is as good as you're getting this week. I haven't written anything down, and it shows. Tim, show me your crypto wallet if you ever think about buying money online.
Don't fucking do it. It's a waste of time. Bear with me. I have to use my authenticator app.
At least your stupid meme coin is protected.
Wow. Hold on. Paste. Yep. And go. Okay. $32.
Dollars? I thought we did this in pounds.
Oh, sorry. Yes, pounds. My mistake. Let me convert that.
Oh no, Tim. I think you're below the £30 threshold.
I think I am. Why is it not giving me in dollars? Or what, pounds rather?
Tim, $32 is £25.57.
And yet we're at the peak of the week.
Oh, Tim, that's so bad.
This is, I guess it's logged me out for some reason, and that's why it required the authenticator, but that's what we're looking like right now,
That's the highest point this week.
and we're at $32.
I think we were at least 36 2 weeks ago.
I think so.
Oh, and that's
has
pounds.
happened? Yes.
So you're more than £10 down this week.
Yeah.
And what's happening next week, Tim?
I'm selling it and paying a Sims pack with it.
So we agreed Tim was going to, what he called diversify, but I don't know if any coin will be worth enough to use his fake money for. So I told him
Pepe coin.
He has to buy Payne a present with it.
So we're going with the Sims pack.
What did Payne think of the suggestion? Or did you not tell her it was my idea?
Oh no, I told her it was your idea. She thought it was very funny.
Good.
Good.
So, Joey, cut the song back here. This is how you do it now. Singy song and crypto stuff. This is as good as you're getting this week. I haven't written anything down and it shows. Tim, show me your crypto wallet if you ever think about buying money online.
Don't fucking do it. It's a waste of time.
Nice. Tim, what is Thomas Hankels doing?
Thomas Hankels, he is buying as many PlayStation portals as possible.
Why?
To make a portal.
Nice. I quite like the idea that his house maybe has a bit of subsidence. So he's buying the PlayStation portals to prop up his house.
Oh, like he's going to stack them end on end.
Exactly. And that's the thing that they're most useful for.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fairly wide thing.
It's a wide boy.
The wide boy. Joey, you've been playing Baldur's Gate, and you said before that this is not something you've ever played before, like this kind of game.
Yeah, I've never played D&D before.
What do you think? And tell me stories.
I really, really, really enjoy it. And I almost wish I didn't like it as much as I did. One of friends of the pod, Jess, her friend worked as a mocap artist on Baldur's Gate 3. I think that he did an excellent job. My character, I don't know what happened, but I mean, how much can I say without doing spoilers?
I mean, I'm not that far into it, but I'm downloading it on the Steam Deck as I speak.
So the opening mission, you start off and you have had this parasite put into your eye, and the big bad is trying to turn you into one of them, and you keep, seeing and doing things that are supernatural. That's what you need to know. I won't say anything about the main story. My character has this really strange bloodlust, and I don't know why. So they think it's the thing that they put in the eye, but someone came up to my party and said, I want to join you. And I said, oh, yeah, that's fine. You join us and have a good time. And then it went straight into a cutscene where my character was waking up and then remembered butchering this poor girl and ripping at her insides while he was asleep. And that's kind of the vibe I'm on at the moment, where I have options of how to speak to everyone, but I think the one the game wants me to go down is the most violent one that I can, because the options are always like, you've come across a squirrel, what do you do? And there is a genuine interaction with a squirrel where most people get a thing where they say, you've come across a squirrel, what do you do?
Foot.
And it bites your foot, and you can either forgive and forget, you can pet the squirrel, or you can fight the squirrel. My one didn't give me an option. It bit my foot, and my character punted it across the forest and smashed it into a tree. Every single violent option that comes up automatically, my character does it. And at first, my party members were like, "Oh, he's got the eye thing. It's bad for his mind." And now they're all getting a little bit scared of me. So yeah, it's going well. And what I really like about Baldur's Gate, or what I think is going to happen in Baldur's Gate, is I think I'm going to play it again I'm going to make a second save so that I can stream it. But I really think that everything is going to be completely different.
Do you know that you can play it multiplayer?
I do. I played it very briefly with Chris and the Northern Boy, but I had no idea what I was going on. I would be very, very excited to play it multiplayer now because I know what's going on.
Well, I know Payne and I are playing. We've got a multiplayer save,
Nice.
which is just for our playthrough. But if you're looking for 2 other party members, we would be down.
I'm sure the Northern Boy and I would love to do a full party because he knows what he's doing, and I think Payne and you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I still have no idea. So I went for the Unga Bunga character where I just have to get up to them and punch things in the face and it hurts them.
I'm going for like a support stealth wizard.
You're a wizard.
A wizard.
But yeah, that would be very fun. We should do it.
Yeah.
Do you know the other thing I'm really enjoying is Resident Evil 4 Remake?
You mentioned that you bought this. How is it?
Superb. Have you played Resident Evil Village?
No.
So Resident Evil Village was a lot of things. It was atmospherically excellent. It was very, very pretty. It was brilliantly voice acted, and the music is superb. The lighting in it is superb for creating a tense atmosphere. But the one thing it was not is scary at any point.
No,
really.
I watched a playthrough of it. It looked more like a scary environment, but with an action game going on.
Yes, exactly. And there is one point where they lean towards survival horror more, but it's very short. And I think Resident Evil Village is the spiritual successor to Resident Evil 4. It's set in the same kind of setting. It's that kooky, wild action over the top. But I am finding myself getting scared by Resident Evil 4 because of jump scares, because of the imagery, So, for example, the tutorial is completely different. In Resident Evil 4 main, you walk down a road to a village and you fight a villager. And then once you get to the village, you run away from the village. And that's it. In the remake, you have to go through a house, down into the basement, find the police officer that you were chasing, kill the guy who's killed the police officer. And it's all very much like in a house, very enclosed, very tense. It's just good. It's just really good.
So I've already watched a playthrough of Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Okay.
There is one change in there, and I'm not going to spoil it, because it is a pretty crucial element in the remake's plot, but I'm not a fan.
Is it the fact that they give Sadler a big dick that he's always got out?
No, that's what I've been asking for years. They finally got my letters. No, it's there's one change in there, and it's something that I'm not particularly a fan of. You'll have to let me know once you've beaten it, and I can let you know the thing that I wasn't a fan of.
Okay, and if you want to know more about Resident Evil 4, episode 4 of Game Club podcast, we spoke in depth on Resident Evil. You can hear how everything has changed from our voice quality to the quality of our content. Whether that's gone up or down, that's for you to know. But check out episode 4 of Game Club podcast. It's one of my favourite episodes.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
The other big game that came out this week was Starfield.
Tim, how's Starfield going for you?
Not good. So Joey got me Starfield as a birthday present, which great. I was very much looking forward to it. I like Bethesda RPGs a lot. So I bought an SD card and I put it on the Steam Deck, and it crashes a lot. Like,
is it the SD card?
No. I'm seeing people reporting crashes on the same thing. And the change and the fix seems to be each time it crashes, get to the point where it's about to crash, save, close the game, change the proton, go back in, do the bit, save, put the proton back, carry on.
That sounds like a big old faff.
It is. So I tried playing it on PC, and it was hitching to the point of unplayability for me. So for me,
really?
I'm going to have to wait for a patch or something to fix it. Because I really want to play it. I want to build a funny ship and be a silver-tongued space pilot and fly around the galaxy with my nerdy little fanboy that will just crop up every now and again. But I can't right now, and it's a little frustrating. Bethesda, please fix. Thank you.
I played it for 45 minutes on the Xbox, and it ran smooth as a dream.
I imagine it runs very smooth, but Did you know that it's not coming to PlayStation?
I did, and I know this because PlayStation fanboy. I feel like I've just spent ages slating PlayStation and PlayStation fans.
Sometimes they deserve it.
PlayStation fanboys are really kicking off about it, and to the point where people have made mods already to replace the Xbox style buttons on the prompts to be PlayStation icons
On PC.
on PC.
Jesus Christ.
It's really sad and petty, but I do feel like I think Starfield will be good, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really fun when you get into it. I think it'll take a lot of time to get into, but I feel like it'll go down the Skyrim route of once you put in 5 hours, you'll want to put in 50 hours.
Sure.
However, what I'm not enjoying is every time I go online and someone says, I didn't enjoy Starfield, the amount of people that jump on it and go, oh, you're just a PlayStation fanboy, or oh, you're just salty that it's not on your console. And it's gotten to the point where people feel people are suppressing any bugbears that they have with the game because people are seeing it as, or people are talking about it as if it's perfection.
Yeah.
And it's not perfection because it's not Elden Ring.
It's a Bethesda game.
Yeah, it's not Elden Ring. So it can't be perfection. But you can't say that because people will hit out at you.
They're almost white knighting this game that's been around for, kind of on the burner for about 5 years, at least in the public eye.
It's been much more than that.
In the public eye, though.
Yeah. Let me have a look at when it was first announced.
But either way, they're white knighting this game that's been in the public eye for many years, and they've been excited for, and reasonably so, but to the point that they're dismissing valid criticism. Game.
Yeah.
For the record,
you are absolutely right. 5 years.
Yeah, there you go. But for what it's worth, I have enjoyed what I have played so far, but the game is not allowing me to play.
That's a shame.
It's a shame. Yeah, that was Starfield. Well, I want to talk more about it at some point because I want to build a cool spaceship and fly around the galaxy.
Have you seen that someone has made the perfect spaceship in Starfield? And I mean literally the perfect spaceship.
It's a frame of a cube, isn't it? Because the AI shoots towards the middle of your ship. Yeah. So what they've done is they've hollowed out the middle of a cube, essentially, so the bullets will always pass through the middle.
Yeah. It's so clever and such a great way of baiting AI logic. I really enjoy it.
Very, very clever.
Tim, we've got time for one more topic. What would you like to speak about?
Let's talk about a Black Sabbath topic.
Okay. Very proud of Black Sabbath being from Birmingham.
Absolutely. Now, I was in Birmingham over this weekend, and my girlfriend and I were walking around just Birmingham city centre, and we saw some people walking around with a big old stack of amps.
Okay.
And they looked at us and went, "Are you guys Black Sabbath fans?" And Payne goes, "Oh, I'm not." And I went, "I am." And they went, "Do you want to enter a contest?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So they were from the Black Sabbath Ballet promotional group.
Black Sabbath Ballet?
Yeah. And they were like, we want you to watch this 1 minute and 50-second video. It's a performance of a ballet to the music of War Pigs.
Okay,
right?
Cool.
And then we want to ask you some back and forth questions about your experience with Black Sabbath, like kind of growing up or whatever. And if you win and your audio is used in the concert, you will get free tickets to the concert on September 20th or September 28th. I can't remember which date. So I watched it. I'm not one for dancing, but I can appreciate that it was something very, very unique. Talked about some of my favorite Black Sabbath tracks, and if I end up winning this thing, which no, maybe, I will happily give the tickets to you and Jen.
Nice. I mean, I don't think Jen would go.
Sure.
Because I'm not sure it's her thing, but I'm sure I could find someone.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be able to go because it's on a weekend that I'm working.
Fair enough.
But
so I have a couple of connections with Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
One, my ex-girlfriend, her dad was in Black Sabbath for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So when you say this, people go, "Oh my god, Ozzy Osbourne," because he was the singer. No, it wasn't Ozzy. Was it Tony? Was it
Tony Martin?
No. Bollocks. What's his name? Ronnie James Dio.
Not Ronnie James Dio.
Not Ronnie James Dio. It was the one that no one remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Tony
He was there
Martin.
for War Pigs.
He wasn't there for War Pigs. He
Was
was
he
there
not?
for Headless Cross,
That's the one.
which is a pretty big tune. That's him. But I recorded bass for a track that she released in a studio, and it was produced by an ex-singer of Black Sabbath. So that's a pretty cool claim to fame.
Yeah.
My other one that I really like is I met Ozzy Osbourne after he performed a gig to. He normally sells out arenas, right? But this
Mhm.
was a special one-off show in Birmingham where he performed to the town hall. And I think I've told this story on here before. The town hall is not made for metal gigs. I was there as an usher in my waistcoat and smart trousers telling headbangers, you can't mosh too much, otherwise you'll fall through the floor. So that went down like a sack of shit. And afterwards, Ozzy was just a lovely bloke. Like, I didn't expect it from him. He shook all of our hands. I was the youngest usher by at least 40 years.
Wow.
Because they're all used to like classical music and orchestras. That's the kind of clientele that you get at that venue. So I was the youngest one by a very, very long time. But he stopped, and before he went out and met the fans, he stood, and we all went past him like you would the Queen. And he shook our hands and told us that we did a fantastic job. We couldn't have done the gig without him. We couldn't have done the gig without us. And yeah, just a lovely, lovely man.
Have you ever seen the video of him christening the Birmingham Tram?
I haven't.
So, you know the thing they do with ships where they like get a bottle of champagne and smack it on the side?
Yeah.
They did that with the tram, but the bottle didn't break, so it just went.
That's funny. Did you see Ozzy the Bull when you were in Birmingham?
No.
So in New Street Station, there is an enormous mechanical bull.
Is that what his name is? Ozzy?
Yeah, it's called Ozzy. And did you see it move?
I saw it move during the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, so now every 15 minutes, its eyes and its tail and its head will move. So listener, if you haven't seen this bull, just search Ozzy the Bull. It's immense.
I was reading a thing on the Birmingham subreddit today because I'm still subscribed to it.
The Birminghams.
And it was a post saying, should we be worried about Birmingham City Council being bankrupt? And one of the top comments is, don't worry, we have a giant metal bull.
Yeah, it does kind of make spending £800 million on Commonwealth Games seem a little redundant.
It does a bit. Shall we get to mad shit?
Yes, we should, because we are running very close to our end time.
Yeah. Okay, so this week's mad shit was sent to us by a friend of the pod, Pete. Thank you so much for sending this to us, Pete. And he has sent me a video that he took himself, not a news article or anything.
Wow.
I know, that's something very unique for mad shit. And I'm going to get the exact message that he sent to me for this. Yo, I was in Milton Keynes for the weekend, and this happened at the mall. And then he sent the video. Joey, can you describe the video?
So it's a video inside of a shopping centre. And there are some concerned people there. It's like a stone floor. And it looks quite wet.
Yep.
And there is a drain overflowing at the front. And then the one at the back is shooting water.
Like a water feature.
Every single direction. And there's just a lot of people looking at it like, what the hell do we do with this? But what I really like is it Pete that starts the video? And it goes, that's gonna get bad.
Yeah. So he sent me a message saying it was raining so hard that all the pipes must have either been blocked or couldn't handle it. The whole place started to flood. Me and my bro just booked it out and went back to Birmingham and called it a day.
It is gross.
It's very gross. I mean, I think that's something really, really unique. The fact that this happened in front of one of our listeners. That's very, very cool.
Definitely adds to the mad shit points.
Yeah, it's a bit more personal experience. What would you give it?
6.5.
6.5? I'd probably go like a 7.
Yeah, very happy with that. 6.75 overall.
Yeah, that leaves.
Unfortunately, that does not knock Lovely down off his lovely throne.
It was a very interesting pick for mad shit, but it doesn't quite beat penis fish.
No, it does. If there was a dick floating in that water,
could well be. Was there an Ann Summers nearby?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Pete probably knows.
Pete probably.
But yeah, you've got one more week. Send us your mad shit.
Send it over.
We're recording it in 2 days, and you won't have heard this by then. So
We'll put something up on the Discord, I'm sure.
yeah, that's a good shout. Okay, great. Tim,
Yep.
pub quiz question.
Yep, let me bring it back up. The question was, in the video game The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time, what item does Link obtain after defeating the Forest Temple boss, Phantom Ganon? Joey?
See, I don't know what you obtain after defeating it. I thought it was the hook shot, but that's in the dungeon.
I think the question is very poorly worded because this is more of the item that you get in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah, so the hook shot.
Incorrect. The fairy bow.
Well, I never liked that game anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, piece of shit game. Doesn't even run at 20 frames per second. That's what it is. It's like a cat in heat.
I'm just definitely getting cut. That's what my bleep of the week is. Tim, how are you going to celebrate Defy Superstition Day?
I am going to break as many mirrors as fucking possible.
Nice. I'm going to throw black cats in front of people so that they have forcibly crossed their path.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to everyone. Thanks.
Before you do that, is there anything you want to plug, Tim?
Yeah, the Fanatics. We have got, at the time of recording, 9 episodes.
That's what you said yesterday.
Yeah. So 9 episodes, I think, which is getting very real. And then project is done. But also, when Bembo on everything, including Blue Sky, if you're on there, please give me a follow. I will follow back because I need shit on my feed.
How many people follow you on Blue Sky?
20 odd.
Is that a lot?
It's not unreasonable. 22 people follow me.
How many people follow you on Threads?
I don't fucking know. I uninstalled Threads ages ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was just bad Twitter.
I've never used it. 29 people follow me on there.
All right.
Right, well, I'm going to plug Just Football, which is a podcast. You should listen to them. They're very good.
That's a fun thing we should do for the next season, is just plug a different podcast.
We kind of do that at the start.
We do.
Although we do charge a ridiculous fee for that.
Yeah, like, we've got to grease pockets, we've got to grease the wheels a bit.
Yeah, those greasy wheels.
Yeah.
So, from the greasy wheels of two blokes from Blighty, Tim, is there anything that you want to say to the audience?
Take that, you bastards.
Take that, you bastards. See you in a week's time.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, another white boy with a podcast.